This is not yours.
This is it. You're my best friend. I love you.
Baby.
Melody,
Oh my
will you marry me? You ready?
Weird.
Got it. My name is Jason. I am the CEO and founder of Jubilee Media.
My name is Melody, and I am Jason's fiance, and
Amazing human being.
a good human.
Hey, good humans.
What's up, good humans? Good humans.
Hello, good humans.
Hello.
Yeah, that's right. What kind of music are you gonna listen to?
Should we listen to our playlist?
Oh, yeah.
I think so. Can you hear me? No.
What'd you say?
You can.
Did you say something sweet to me?
No. Never.
That's not.
We met on Twitter. Jason, I guess, saw a video of me on Facebook. I'm a reporter, so I was interviewing someone, and Jason basically saw the video, found me on Twitter, and started tweeting at me publicly. And then a couple months after that, he DM'd me on Twitter being like, I'm in New York, would love to grab a coffee. I'm a huge fan of your work. That's how we met.
I was actually scrolling on Facebook and there was this like Facebook advertisement video and I was like, oh my God, this woman's really beautiful. Because I'd clicked on the ad every day, it started feeding me the ad over and over again. When I was in New York for a wedding, I actually listened to her DM then. And as soon as I saw her, we just had like amazing conversation. And then suddenly the bartender was like, hey, we're closing. We went to another bar, we closed that bar out. And then it was like 5 in the morning. And then we ended up going to like a little bodega, getting Twizzlers. We got like some apple cider and we walked around the Central Park until it was like 7 a.m. And I had to go and pack and fly out.
But that wasn't technically our first date. That was like our first meetup. Would
No,
you
that
call
was a
that our
date.
first date?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was a date.
I didn't think it was a date. I thought it was like a networking drink at midnight. I felt very non-committal because it was the first window where I was like seriously single, and I think I was.
You're just having a good time.
Yeah, I was just trying to not be tethered,
yeah.
especially to be honest, to someone who literally is across the country.
Actually, we had together just planned to go on a random weekend trip to San Diego. She'll probably tell you this, but the whole weekend I was like wrecked. We're like going out to dinner. I was like, I had no appetite. She was like, let's go for drinks. I like couldn't even drink anything. I was like so nervous the entire time. 2
of my close friends from college, they texted me being like, what is this weekend? Are you guys getting engaged? I was like, nah.
I had planned a nice dinner. And before that, I was like, oh, let's go like drop by the cliffs. Our team had set up like a little blanket with like music and champagne. We literally walk across it. She goes, what is this? I goes, this is for us. She goes, no.
What is this situation? Not yours.
Yeah, it is.
No. I was like, look, it's for us. I was like, no, that's not for us. And I kind of tried to keep him going. And that's when he pulled me over, showed me a journal.
And then I like literally blacked out. And I tried to say all this stuff, but really I just said, hey, will you marry me?
And so obviously I said yes, my ring is getting resized, so I don't have it here to flash to the world.
I told you I was like a wreck the entire weekend. And that afternoon, we were at church, and in church there's like praise time, which is when the music happens and stuff. And we were like holding hands, I think, or we were next to each other, and I remember thinking, wow, today I'm gonna ask her to marry me. You know, you spend your entire life looking for, I think, like 2 things, like your passion and your person, and I feel like I felt so blessed to find both of those things. Yes, I would say so. When I first knew that I wanted to marry Mel, I felt like it was really important for me to go and ask her parents for permission. And I had spent a lot of time with her family, but her dad travels quite a bit for work. Long story short, when I went to go ask for permission, he said no. And I was like shocked. That was like literally one of those like pit of your stomach, like this is a nightmare. And I said, I love your daughter, I want to spend my life with her, and I want your permission. He said, no, that's not what I think is happening here. I don't even know who you are. You're a stranger to me. Why would I, like, that's not happening. And so I said, you know, I don't easily give up. And my intention is to marry your daughter.
My dad did disapprove very strongly of the relationship, but I think it was more a reflection of him letting go of his daughter than of whom. It's not anything about Jason, I believe. And only stepping out of it, now that we are engaged, I do feel like I have that kind of clarity. And I've mentioned this to Jason in bits and pieces, but there have been, mostly I just think of one person in particular who, she's like, are you sure you want to move to LA for this guy? I think because I had been so adamant about defining my identity as someone who's strong and independent and to be honest, doesn't need a man, right? People coming to terms with the fact that, yes, maybe I will move somewhere for a guy. Especially when I was saying I'm moving to LA, a lot of my friends were happy. But to be honest, because we're long distance, a lot of people didn't get to know you, right? And so they have this...
Particularly your dad.
Particularly my dad, but even friends.
Yeah. Which I get. I understand why even your dad said no at lunch. I don't know if it was fair, but I understand his perspective. Because I had spent all this time with your mom, but I didn't get that much time to spend with your dad. So for him, he's coming back, he's who is this guy? And if I were him, I'd be no, heck no, you gotta come to me as a man and my only daughter. And that's why now having his support means so much more though too now. Yeah. Right? The fact that he's
it energizes
excited for us. And to be honest, it made us really understand each other better and our families better.
I think giving up my own independence and my own identity to become a unit with somebody else. I think now that we are engaged and we're thinking about actually starting this life together, and both of us want kids, Jason is really intent on setting rules for our family. We created our own value system, which is joy, growth, respect, Christ, and communication. And I think what's scary to me is what if I don't live up to those, and that he has a certain idea of how he wants a wife to be. And what's beautiful is his idea of a wife is not domestic or cooking or any of that. It's more of this wanting to be a very high level partner. And I just am afraid I'll fall short of that.
I think that in a lot of ways, I'm very much a romantic. And ever since I was young, could not wait to find my wife, could not wait to get married. I think my fear has always been, what if you choose the wrong person? What if she's not the person for me? Or what if I'm supposed to be with someone else? Or what if there's someone better out there? What I started to realize was that so much of that fear was coming out of my selfishness, of what do I believe that I deserve in a marriage? And I started to realize actually the point of marriage is the opposite, is who is someone who I can serve and who I can love, who I can be generous to and gracious to and serve. And I realized, oh wow, if that's the case, I don't think I will ever find anyone better than Mel for me. To be honest, before we got engaged, the fear for me was, what if she's not the right person? Or what if there's another person, a better person for me?
What do you think I said?
I don't know, because I feel like early on I liked you a lot more than you liked me. So
I think the thing I'm scared about is losing my own identity and independence. Even though I know a lot of the things you are laying out are positive, it's still infringing on my freedom. Yeah. So being able to
come to the table together.
Come to the table together where you actually respect me and you're not just saying you respect me.
Well, I was thinking about respect because that's one of our values. We've got values
I shared it already.
Oh, okay, sounds super corny.
Jogger, CC. Joy, growth, respect, Christ,
communication. I mean, should we do our secret handshake too?
No.
Okay.
A secret. I love Jason because he is a keeper of my soul, and he really embraces me and all of my imperfections. And truly, whenever I am going through a hardship or a difficult time, there's no one else that I want to share that with because I know that you will be so strong and so steady and always there for me and love me unconditionally in a way that I didn't know was possible. To be honest, I don't believe in soulmates, but I know he's the closest thing to a soulmate I'll ever find.
I love Mel because she's my best friend. I love her because she teaches me to be joyful. She challenges me to be more loving. I love her because I trust her. Together we can conquer anything.
I think the main thing that I underappreciate sometimes is how much you do believe in me.
Wow.
And you champion me when I feel like I don't do that for myself, even though there's fierceness and whatever. Like, ultimately, I think I have a lot of self-doubt, but you are fearless in some ways. I hope to do the same to you.
I think it's because like I get so much of my courage from you. Even what I've built with Jubilee or my community that I have, I feel like so much of that is because of you. And I have like no doubt in my mind that you can literally do anything that you wanted. Like you could be president of the United States, you could start your own company, you could become Oprah, you could literally do honestly whatever you wanted. And I feel like my only role is to support you and help you to see that. Because once you believe that, you're gonna change the world. So, you know, I'm like 1,000% behind you. I love you, Bugs.
Love you.
Give me a hug. Love you.
Love you.
Good job.
What, were you rating my performance?
No, I just thought you might say something mean about me.
I mean, I probably did. You just weren't listening.
Yeah.